Breaking tonight on NewsVision, a scare at one high school just miles from campus after students see a man with an assault rifle. What we have learned about the person police have just arrested. This happening as the university hosts some events to mark the second anniversary of the deadly shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School.
I'm from Parkland, and I didn't understand how this felt until it happened to me. And once it happened, my community was destroyed.
We'll take you inside the mass shooting memorial put together by UM students. Plus, it's the final countdown.
We are one of the organizations that can actually make change. We are the student liaisons for both. We listen to the students, but we also talk to the administration.
You have just a few hours left to vote in this year's student government elections. We'll tell you about the final push candidates are making for your vote. And later on, Frisbee fun. We will attend the Ultimate Frisbee Tournament with a tasty theme held right here on campus. NewsVision starts right now.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Good evening, I'm Grace Smith.
And I'm Liam Fabre. Thank you for joining us. Reports of a student with a gun put one Miami-Dade school on lockdown today.
Let's get right to UMTV reporter Danny Travis. She's here with the latest. Danny, what happened?
Yeah, Grace, within the last few hours, police have arrested one man they say prompted a lockdown at South Dade Senior High School in Homestead. It went on a code red lockdown this morning after numerous students reported seeing a man on a dirt bike with a weapon in his backpack near the school. It turned out to be an assault rifle. Students posted these videos on Twitter showing police sweeping the school and holding rifles. Police lifted the lockdown after they did not find anyone with a gun inside the school, and classes continued shortly after. But a few hours later, police arrested 23-year-old Christian Edinger. They say he was wearing the school's colors but had no connection to the campus. He's charged with interfering with the school and improperly showing a gun. Edinger is being held on a $1,500 bond. Miami-Dade School Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says the police response is a direct result of lessons learned from the Parkland shooting. We'll look at how the second anniversary of the Parkland tragedy was remembered on our campus in a few minutes. But for now, I'm Danny Travis. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Danny. The student government campaigns have been all over campus this week as polls close tonight. This comes after a late-night trial for one of the tickets last night. For more, we go live to reporter Claire O'Connor. Claire?
Thanks, Grace. After 2 weeks of campaigning, the race to the polls ends tonight. Both tickets have been busy advertising their campaigns across campus. Student government has been giving out flyers and free food to students who vote.
Commuter students and residential students.
Voting ends tonight at midnight, so make sure you vote on Engage if you haven't done so yet. The results will be announced tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on the Lakeside patio. And of course, we'll have those results for you right here on NewsVision next week. Live at The Rock reporting for UMTV, I'm Claire O'Connor.
And not only are students being encouraged to vote for elected positions here on campus, but student voter registration ambassadors are also trying to get other students to vote in the 2020 presidential election. Less than half of people 18 to 29 years old voted in the last presidential election in 2016. Now, the UM initiative called Get Out the Vote is trying to raise that number by urging students to become more politically involved and to vote for what they believe represents their best interests. The ambassadors come out Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Lakeside patio with voter registration forms.
And speaking of the race for the White House, it was fight night in Las Vegas. Mike Bloomberg facing fire from all sides in his first time on the debate stage. And while his opponents went after him, Bloomberg still says he is the best person to take on President Donald Trump.
In the 9th Democratic presidential debate, the focus was on a first-timer.
I actually welcomed Mayor Bloomberg to the stage. I thought that he shouldn't be hiding behind his TV ads.
Former Mayor Michael Bloomberg seen a rise in the polls coincide with a brighter spotlight.
We shouldn't have to choose between one candidate who wants to burn this party down and another candidate who wants to buy this party out.
feeling the heat from his fellow candidates for his support until recently of stop and frisk.
He didn't get a whole lot done. He had stop and frisk, throwing close to 5 million young black men up against the wall.
Past comments about women.
A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
And all that campaign cash he's spending.
Grace,
let me finish.
Bloomberg didn't hold back.
If he goes and is the candidate, we will have Donald Trump for another 4 years, and we can't stand that.
Beyond the new person on stage, Senator Bernie Sanders was looking for another win in Nevada to keep his momentum going strong.
We got more union support than you have ever dreamed of. We have the support of unions all across this country.
The debate was also a critical moment for former Vice President Joe Biden after disappointing performances in Iowa and New Hampshire.
NBC did a poll yesterday. It says Joe Biden is best equipped to beat Donald Trump.
Senator Elizabeth Warren also looking to reestablish herself as a top-tier candidate.
It's not a plan, it's a PowerPoint. And Amy's plan is even less. It's like a post.
The next state to hold caucus is Nevada on Saturday, and the candidates are not getting a break from debates. Next Tuesday, they will all debate in South Carolina ahead of their primary on February 29th.
And one big topic on the campaign trail is gun control. The Gun Violence Archive says the number of mass shootings last year was more than the number of days in 1 year. Earlier this week, students held an event on campus called This is America, Mass Shooting Memorial. Its goal, to educate students about gun violence and to urge people to get motivated to do something about the issue. Reporter Jackson Dill attended the memorial.
I'm from Parkland, and I didn't understand how this felt until it happened to me. And once it happened, my community was destroyed.
The memorial started with the showing of a brief video highlighting TV news headlines emphasizing how common shootings have been in recent years. Then attendees had a chance to walk through the exhibit.
Here at the ballroom at the Shalala Student Center, there are various rooms set up highlighting different mass shooting events that have happened in America.
The rooms feature the scene of a different shooting from the past couple decades. This one resembles the Sandy Hook shooting that happened in 2012. Photos of the victims were present in the classroom-like setting as attendees listened to journalists report about the event.
The deadly shooting at an elementary school in Newtown, Connecticut, the Sandy Hook school, and it is turning out to be worse than anyone could have imagined.
Connecticut School District on lockdowns. The first word was chilling. It only got worse.
And here was the room of a college student at Virginia Tech, where 32 people died in the worst college shooting in U.S. history in 2007.
I wanted to bring more awareness to myself on what's actually happening in the United States. Where I'm from the Cayman Islands, and we don't have strict gun laws as well. But since it's because it's a small island, it's still very restricted in some aspects.
By doing this, we hope to kind of give our attendees some semblance of what the people of these communities felt when these tragedies occurred. And by harnessing that, we're hoping to push them towards understanding these events better and kind of trying to get more involved.
The ends of the memorial featured statistics related to gun violence and a wall of photos of many of those who lost their lives. There were also posters showing how people can get involved to help stop this ongoing issue, such as March for Our Lives. For UMTV, I'm Jackson Dill.
If you commute to campus, listen up. A name change is coming to One Busy Highway. The highway in question is currently known as Old Dixie Highway, but Miami-Dade commissioners have approved a name change. The new name will be Harriet Tubman Highway. The resolution by Commissioner Dennis Moss replaces the current name that has racist roots with the name of a person who helped free slaves. The move will only affect parts of the highway in parts of North Dade and South Dade, as part of South Dade's highway is still owned by the state. There is no set date for the official name swap.
Grace, I think that's a good move, long overdue.
It's great to see them taking strides forward to correct some of those, archaic names.
Yeah, good on the commissioners. And still ahead on NewsVision, it's opening night, and we are live at the Jerry Herman Ring Theater with a behind-the-scenes preview of their first show of the semester. We'll take you there after the break.
But first, they're raising hell at Cosford Cinema, and it's all for a good reason. We'll show you how one recent event is bringing attention to gender equality and social justice.
And most of the nation is quiet this evening, but low pressure is developing off the southeast coast. Lots of rain, heavy snow developing across North Carolina. As that head our way, I'll have more weather coming up after this break.
think getting dumped by text is harsh, try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Today is World Day of Social Justice, and to celebrate it, our own School of Communication hosted a special event on Tuesday.
The event named Raised Hell started a conversation on gender bias and civil engagement and ways for us to help our community. Reporter Maya Broadwater attended the event.
In recognition of gender equality and social justice, the University of Miami School of Communication hosted an inaugural event on Tuesday to celebrate women who communicate. The event included engaging discussions and a screening of a film about one woman's impact in the field of journalism.
So this is an event in support of improving all of us in terms of how we communicate and what we can do to really promote inclusion.
Attendees were able to see a screening of Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins. The film follows the story of the celebrated political columnist and Texan Molly Ivins. Through her work, she became one of the most legendary print journalists.
She was probably more talented as a writer and as a humorist than anyone that we have seen since. She really belonged to another era in American journalism. She was a first-class reporter, but with this incredible sense of humor.
Ivins used her humor to speak truth to power and left both sides of the political spectrum laughing and wanting to read more of her columns.
And I do wish we had more of those kind of strong voices in today's political environment, because I think the humor that she brought to it made her work reviewed and remembered by so many much larger group of people than otherwise would.
Alongside watching an empowering film, Donna Shalala and Hillary Bass joined the event to discuss their views on gender bias and civil engagement.
Despite the fact that women outnumber men in journalism programs and colleges, as soon as they join the workforce, they become underrepresented, with only 41% of newsroom employees being women, and those 41% only produce 37.7% of the reports.
The event was full of laughs and meaningful discussions about gender equity.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Reporting for UMTV, I'm Maya Broadwater.
And that was not the only event that Maya is checking out on campus.
That's right, Liam. The Jerry Herman Ring Theater opens its first show of the semester tonight, and Maya Broadwater is there live. Maya, what can we expect?
Thanks, guys. The play is a Greek tragedy that has been translated into modern English by Ellen McLaughlin. The play is set in Troy after the 10-year Trojan War. The city is in shambles and all the men have been killed. The cast is a group of women who are learning to cope after being taken hostage as spoils of war. Their husbands, fathers, and brothers have all perished in the war, so the women have no choice but to band together. The play is directed by Lita Hoffman, who is a guest director from Chicago. She says that directing a tragedy can be difficult, but that she finds comfort in the strength of human spirit.
I love this story because it asks us what would we do if everything we knew fell apart? And that's a scary question to have to ask, but the fact that the people in this play join together and support each other and dream of a future, even when it seems impossible, just gives me such great hope for what we can all do in those moments in our lives.
Actors have spent 6 weeks rehearsing Monday through Saturday to prepare for their roles. Tonight they are putting on makeup, getting in costume, and getting ready to perform for the first time. University of Miami students can come see the play for free next Tuesday on what is called Totally Tuesday. The play will be performed until next Saturday, February 29th. Reporting live from the Ring Theater for UMTV, I'm Maya Broadwater.
Maya made that look so good. I'm definitely going to see that this
Yeah,
weekend.
and hopefully the weather holds out so we can get in a lot of activities this weekend. Jackson, can you give us a look into how this weekend is looking?
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, we do have the chance for rain on Saturday, but the second half of the weekend is looking much better. I'll talk more about that in just a moment, but current conditions right now, 77 degrees. We have some rain report at the airport, and it is pretty humid out there, making it feel like 79. It was hot earlier today before that cloud cover came in. We got up to 86 degrees at Miami International Airport. Now, the record high for today is 87. That was set back in 1988, so we got so close, but just missed it. The radar, though, is pretty active, especially across interior portions of Miami-Dade County this evening. We got that rain at the airport. Areas in North Hialeah, Coral City, you got the rain as well. So there will be that hit or miss shower chance as we get into tonight. That rain chance will definitely increase for the next 48 hours. We have a 30% chance for rain on Friday, and that's going to peak for our Saturday up to 40%. Now, thankfully, as I mentioned, we'll see that cold front ushering drier in by our Sunday, so that rain chance is going to drop down to 10, 0% chance on Monday. So Monday's looking like a beauty to be outside, and that's all thanks to this low pressure system developing off the southeast coast. You can also see that snow across portions of the mid-Atlantic. Now, that's going to track down towards south and east, so we're going to see this cold front approaching South Florida for the next 48 hours. Now, even though that front's going to move through midday tomorrow, we will feel that dry air, but the rain's going to lag. So we're going to start to see those showers punching offshore, especially in the afternoon Friday, and that's really going to peak for our Saturday. So we're going to just see those hit or miss showers. Best chance will be at the coast for your Saturday. And then as we get into Sunday, we'll start to see those showers break up. We're muggy right now. The humidity emoji cast shows those sad face emojis for the rest of the night, but as we get into tomorrow, that dry air is going to push on through. So smiley faces are all around thanks to that dry air, and that's just going to settle in for the rest of the weekend. So dry air is definitely on the way. Tonight it's still going to be warm, 71 degrees is the low. I think it's going to be dry. Stray shower could be possible, but the best chance for rain is going to be tomorrow. We're going to see those on-off showers. You will want the umbrella at hand. It is going to be cooler, however, so it's not going to be 86. We're going to take 10 degrees off of that down to 76 for the high due to that rain chance and that cold front coming in. So there's that rain chance Friday, Saturday, but Sunday is looking nice, so definitely head to the beach on Sunday if you want to get outside. Monday is going to be the best bet as we get closer to next week, and Tuesday, Wednesday looking nice as well as temperatures warm up, guys.
Jackson, that's great to hear. I can't wait to get a break from this muggy hot weather. It's been awful.
I know, people are calling for summer, but I'm really looking forward to those lower temperatures. And just after a short break, we'll take you to the hardwood where basketball is showing that it can win. A 3-overtime thriller, all that and more in sports coming up next.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hello and welcome to the sports. I'm Maxwell Trank. The injuries have been healed for Hurricanes men's basketball, and the Canes are building up some steam in ACC play. Last night, UM took on Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, looking for their third straight win. Let's see what went down at Castle Coliseum. Let's fast forward second half. Gets that layup there, and this is going to go into overtime. That layup is good. First overtime, 10 seconds left. UM down by 2, but Isaiah Wong, ice in his veins, nails the floater. Game tied at 84, double overtime. Now we're in double overtime. Canes aren't going to give up. Hokies trying to end it, but Isaiah Wong says, call me clutch. Spin move fader, bang. 90 all, triple overtime now. Cam McGusty back from injury, nails the floater, putting Miami up by 6, and that'll end it there. Miami beats Virginia Tech 102-95. And baseball this season has been riding on a #1 ranking in Division I baseball and has continued to be at the top of the competition. Last night against Kent State, Miami crushed the Golden Flashes 12-0. Reigning ACC home run leader Alex Terrell hit his first home run of the season, followed by a bomb off the bat of Tony Jenkins. Here's what the Canes had to say about their big midweek win.
Great, finally get that one off my chest, It's always, glad to when you hit one out, but that first one, just means a little more.
I mean, I feel great. It's the 4th game right now, so, still have a long season ahead of us.
All in all, very happy. Good to get that game behind us now and focus on this weekend.
Pardon me, this weekend. Series is sold out, and students' tickets will be first come, first serve. Last year, UM lost 2 of 3 against UF in Gainesville. This April, the University of Miami tennis teams will be taking a trip up to Miami Gardens for some surprise April matches. Canes tennis will be facing off against ACC opponents at the 2020 Miami Open. The Miami Open moved from Key Biscayne, to Hard Rock Stadium last year, and will take place from March 23rd to April 5th. UM women's tennis will take on Boston College, while the men's squad will be facing NC State. Both teams will compete on April 3rd. Over the weekend, UM Ultimate Frisbee, hosted an Ultimate Frisbee fundraising event with a tasty theme. Reporter Ryan Grill has the details.
Ketchup, mustard, mayo, and relish. No, this is not a story about stuff you can put on your burger. These are the names of the 4 teams that went head-to-head at the Battle of the Condiments Hatter last Saturday, hosted by the UM Women's Ultimate Frisbee team. For just $20, over 70 volunteers signed up to play Ultimate Frisbee with the 25 members of the team. No experience was required to participate, and the event was open for everyone. Sabrina Ullman has been a member of the team since her freshman year and served as one of the main hosts for the event.
We decided this theme because someone suggested it and the rest of us kind of liked it. And it's honestly kind of hard to come up with themes sometimes because we need themes where there can be usually 4 teams and each team has a different color.
Deja Thomas was one of the many volunteers, and she played alongside Ullman in support for Team Mayo.
All of the money goes towards a team that I'm very proud of, which is a group of women who are just trying to go around and travel and play Frisbee together. And I don't think that's such a popular thing in South Florida, and I like every initiative that tries to increase that.
1, 2, 3, Crafts Team! Woo!
Of course, the event isn't just for fun and games. The Frisbee team is also hoping to raise enough money for their various tournaments throughout the semester.
So it goes mostly towards our travel expenses. So in the fall we have 1 tournament, and then in the spring we have 4. And so this helps us with cost of rental cars, cost of hotels, and stuff like that.
The Frisbee team holds fundraising hatters once every semester in support of their activities. In the end, Mayo came out on top as the winning condiment. The team is eager for more Hatter events such as these in the future. Reporting for UMTV, I'm Ryan Grill.
Guys, what's your favorite condiment? I'm a big mayo guy.
I gotta go with ketchup. It's a classic, right?
Ketchup for me too. Stay with us. NewsVision will be right back.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Pride Month may be a few months away, but that did not stop some Miamians from taking to the streets of Little Havana this past Sunday. GAYO chose a festival that celebrates not only the LGBTQ+ community, but also the rich Latin community here in South Florida. The festival was inspired by the need to recognize and celebrate the diverse backgrounds found in Miami.
For Miami because it makes a statement about how we embrace our the LGBTQ community and how fair we want to be to everyone.
80,000 people attended the festival. Organizers say they are hopeful for a 2021 return.
I miss this festival. How do I keep missing these things?
I don't know, they have big thing, performances, free art, music. It really was the place to be the weekend. That's all we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us.
We'll be back next week with another edition of Kane's Cast. Thank you for joining us.
No.